everybody, welcome to Let's Knit About It. I'm Heather, and this is a space where I like to talk about knitting, yarn, and fiber. I recently started spinning. I say recently, it's been quite a few months now. But that has quickly become one of my new favorite things to do. So this podcast is definitely shifting, maybe half knitting, half spinning. Some episodes might be more knitting, some episodes might be more spinning. So if that is something you're interested in, this is the place to be. If you subscribe, you'll find out when I post new videos. If you give this video a like after you watch it, if you like it, that'll let me know to keep making videos like this. The content is for me, but it's also for you, obviously. I just really like having this outlet to share my passion because, I don't know, I'm exploding with it. So in this episode, I'm going to show you some finished objects. I have 2 knitting FOs, and then I have like 3 spinning FOs. I've been spinning like a mad woman. And then I have some works in progress updates for you, as well as a few acquisitions. Some of the acquisitions are things that I've ordered, or I don't think I've picked anything up outside of a fiber festival. So I've either ordered or got at Alabama Fiber Festival, which was yesterday, and it was really fun. So I'll tell you a bit about that and show you the things that I got. Without further ado, here is my first finished object. This is the Cozy Classic Raglan. I want to call it the Comfy Cozy Raglan, but I'm pretty sure it's the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie Made Designs. Yeah, isn't she pretty? I hope you can see it okay with the camera angle and everything. The color is Red Currant. I got it from, well, it's Knitting for Olive Red Currant. 1 strand of merino, so their fingering weight merino, and 1 strand of their soft silk mohair. And I can take this off so that I can bring it closer and show you. I already hung my swatch up, or I would just show you my swatch. So I'm going to derobe her, and I'll bring this a bit closer. So there's the fabric. It's so drapey and lightweight. I really, really love it. I actually might wear it on top of this. This is a dress that I'm wearing. I might wear it with this dress to go to dinner tonight because it's kind of cropped on me and it looks really good with a skirt or a dress or high-waisted jeans. That's how I've been wearing it. The weather here in Georgia hasn't quite cooled down enough to wear this very often, but I have gotten to wear it a few times and it is so comfy cozy and classic. That is it for that, I believe. I made a size XL because the reason I chose XL is because my gauge swatch measured a bit tight, I think. I get that confused, whether it's too tight of a gauge and then you size up, or if it's too loose of a gauge, you size down. I think that's right. So I was gonna do the large size, but because of my gauge, I chose to go up to an XL, and it's perfect. I haven't measured the finished schematics, which I usually do, and I will, and I'll post it on my Ravelry project page. So if you're interested in that, I'll update it soon. But yeah, it fits how I wanted it to fit. I would have done, I would have done bust darts, I think, if I could go back and make it again. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself to add bust darts. And that's because even though it fits me with positive ease, but the front of it still comes up a bit and it touches my neck. So like I'm constantly having to pull it down. Here, I'll I'll put it on while I talk. Why not? I'm here. I'm like constantly kind of tugging it down, and you can tell in the front, it's just the front's higher, the hem of the front is higher than the back, and bust darts would definitely give it more room to relax and not want to be in my neck. So that was my bad. I thought because it would have like plenty of positive ease that wouldn't happen, but word from the wise, word to the wise. If you have needed bust darts before, just go ahead and do them because it's not going to hurt anything, I think. Okay. Do 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 do. There's some hold music for you. Okay. So here is my raglan. I'm in my office and I kind of shifted things around to get better lighting from the window, so like I'm just like, oh, I'm stuck. It's so cute, isn't it? This dress kind of gives Beetlejuice vibes, in my opinion, but I love it. If you're familiar with LuLaRoe, it's LuLaRoe. It's an Amelia dress. Okay. I could leave that on for the rest of the podcast, I guess, unless I get too hot. Also, I will say that if this cuts off and then I come back at a different time looking totally different, it's because we are about to leave to go to dinner with my parents for my mom's birthday. So I'm trying to get as much filmed as I can, but I do have to leave in like 30-ish minutes, which should be enough time, but the amount of times I have to stop and start things over, you'd be surprised how long it takes me to record these things. Okay, next finished object. I keep bumping my chair arms. Okay, next finished object is a classic ribbed hat. The pattern is free and it's by Pearl Soho. The yarn is Coco or Kako, Kokko, by Lobby Anime. It was a part of, I think, an anime, like a Studio Ghibli collection. It could have been specifically like Spirited Away or something, but my local yarn store that I love, One More Row, in Woodstock, Georgia, they had a pop-up event of Lobby Anime. It was probably 2 years ago. And I got one skein of this, and it's DK. It's, I think, just the 100% superwash merino DK base. And I didn't do anything with it until just recently. So, very pleased. It's very fun. I'll put it on. I'm keeping it. It's mine. So, it is blocked and washed, but I'm not gifting it, so I can put it on my head. Because I think I would want to gift it washed and clean and not put on my head. Not that I'm dirty, but you know. So that's what it looks like. Just a classic ribbed hat. I have like maybe like that big of a ball left, so it's really not much. I'm saving it obviously, and it could be used as like if I need green for a color work project at any time, you know, something like that. It's cute. And then, you know, this is kind of a style now, right? Making it poof up on the top. You can do that too. I'm a cool millennial. I'm a Gen Z millennial. I'm not. I'm a millennial. We're right in the middle, I think. All right, those are my 2 knitting finished objects. And I'm gonna pause for a second because I can already tell this is too hot. I had my fan on, but I was afraid that you could hear it on the video, so I turned it off. But if you're a hot girl, you know it's hot and we like our fans. All right, moving on to, I have spinning finished objects. I have a few skeins of hand spun yarn to talk about. And first of all, I think I'm gonna start with, this is accompanied by a work in progress, but it's a work in progress that I didn't plan when I started the spin. Okay, anyways, here is the squishiest, biggest skein of this gigantic spin. I showed you all of this fiber in my Flock Fiber Festival recap video, which was the last video, I think. So yeah, it's been a minute. Sorry, guys. But this is the giant combo spin is what I've been calling it, finished object. So it is all spun up. And I will look up the stats and let you know just how massive of a project this turned out to be, and some things that I've learned since finishing. I've learned a lot. This is a lot of spinning, so I've learned a lot, and I've already, moved on to other techniques and spinning different thicknesses, and etc., etc. So here is the second to last bit of this yarn, but it is the last of the ones that look like this. I will explain. So I have this and these two. These are all a 3-ply. Let me look at my stats while I share. And also, I don't have notes. I was thinking about doing notes for this one, but I'm just gonna be a bit scatterbrained, and please bear with me. So it's a 6 braid combo spin. A traditional 3-ply. I spun my singles on C, I plied on S. I had 3 bobbins. Okay, so one bobbin was only the rambouillet. So I had 3 skeins, not skeins. I had 3 braids of Witchfire Fibers rambouillet, and they looked like this, if you remember. Yeah, and then I had 3 skeins of other fiber braids, and so one was Peninsula Yarn Targhee Bamboo Silk, one was Polworth by Kira Wiggins, and then the other was an Australian Merino by Red Dwarf Fiber. Those are all the dyers, all the yarn companies. I say yarn companies, they're small business hand dyers. I did a little sample, and then after my sample I decided, okay, that wasn't thick enough, so I actually want to do a 3-ply to thicken it up instead of changing the way I was spinning, because I had practiced spinning like really, really thin, and I was enjoying spinning really, really thin, and I thought, okay, as long as there's rambouillet all throughout, it should all be like equally squishy, instead of like, all of the bobbins having a little bit of rambouillet here and there, and then some sections being 3 strands of rambouillet, and then some sections having no rambouillet, and I was just kind of worried that it would be an inconsistent thickness and fluffiness throughout. So I decided that one of them was only rambouillet, one of the bobbins, one of the singles. One of them was a mix of rambouillet and the other 3. And then one of the bobbins was just the other 3. So if you're following, this is confusing. So 1 fully rambouillet, 1 half rambouillet, 1 no rambouillet. That was my logic. The spin took forever, to be honest, but I really enjoyed every minute of it. I was spinning so thin, and I've learned that I don't have to do that. I just don't have to spin so thin. It's not always the goal. I'll show you, but I've spun thicker, and it's just as fun. So my first skein turned out extremely underplied. I think it's this one. It was so underplied, and I just couldn't figure out what I did wrong. I did not realize I had underplied it. I thought maybe I overplied it, or I was worried something else might have been wrong, but I got some help from a Discord that I'm in of lovely spinner friends. Thank you so much. And I think I asked my in-person friend JD, and so with all of the input and collaboration from everyone, I decided it was underplied. So I took all of this, and what did I do? I think I made a cake, and I plied it again. So I ran all of this back through, put more twist in it, and I got this. And I lied to myself and said it was a sport weight, but it's definitely a fingering, if not lace in some areas. So yeah, those singles are extremely thin. This big boy weighs 128 grams. I think that's right. I might be getting my skeins confused because I accidentally did not like put labels on them. See, I'm learning. I'm new, I'm learning. 128 grams, 491 yards. And then I have, this is actually skein 3. I know that for sure. Nope, okay. Go back. Everything you thought you knew. Rewind, you don't know it. I don't know it. I mean, I don't know it. This is skein 1. So 491 yards. This one was severely underplied. And I ran it back through and I got this beautiful creation. I hope it's very clear. I hope it's very clear for you. I'm on the front facing camera today. You can see the dog hair too, that's free. I put that in for free. Okay, so 491 yards of I'll call it a heavy lace / light fingering. This is skein 3. This is my big boy. This is 793 yards. And then this one, there's no reason I picked this one to start my project. It was just, I just grabbed one. This is skein 2. And it's just in order. So 1, 2, 3 just means like I applied this one second. And this is a jaunty shawl by Drea Renee Knits. So a finished object and a whip all in one. I am loving how this is turning out. It is so vibrant and so fun. It's not like consistently stripy, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to be super consistently stripy. I knew it would have, you know, flowy stripes, I guess, and not like harsh stripes. I had originally planned for this spin, depending on like what the weight was when it was finished. I planned on either a Traveler shawl, also by Andrea Mowry, or a Traveler hoodie. Not the hoodie, but the crew. So a Traveler crew is how I was leaning when this was all finished and plied and washed, and I got the yardage. It was like 1,900 yards total or something like that, 18 or 1,900. So I had plenty for the Traveler crew. But I started knitting, and I left that in there because I'm gonna unravel it, but I started knitting the Traveler crew, and I decided, okay, this is not sport. This is definitely fingering at best, and I'm just not loving the fabric enough to like make a whole pullover. And so I wasn't even sad about it. I was like, you know what? Even instead of a Traveler shawl, I'm gonna go jaunty shawl, because that had just come out and I was obsessed. So that's what we're getting, is a jaunty shawl. And because I have so much yardage, I'm gonna make this thing gigantic. It's gonna be a wrappable, lightweight little blanket, and I'm so happy about it. So whip number 1 and finished object of my spinning, my fiber projects. Finished object of those, yeah, objects. I have a little bit more of this same fiber, but it's not, I don't group it, I'm not grouping it with the 3-ply, because even though this is a chain ply, not a traditional 3-ply. And this was created because for some reason my math and my measurements did not math and measure correctly, and I ended up with I ran out of one of my 3 bobbins like way before the other two were even close to being finished. Like, I don't know. So I chain plied them, and it turned out like this. Let's see. It's not a pretty skein. I didn't skein it up really pretty. My bad. So the orange, the primarily orange and yellow is the Polworth Merino, did I say Targhee? Yeah, Targhee, with the bamboo, etc., etc. So the non-rambouillet. And then I just kept going. They're separate. They can be separated if I don't want to use them together because they are very, very different. But I kept plying, and I plied them all on the same bobbin. This section is just all the rambouillet. Oh, and it's so nice. It's like, personally, I like it the best out of these two, you know, spins, these two sections. It is so squishy, and it looks pretty consistent. I'm just like really happy about it. Total yardage for this, let's see. I have all of my spin diary stuff in my notes app, which has been really nice. If you're getting into spinning, or even if you spin now and you don't take notes on your spins, I do recommend it because it has been really nice to just go back and see what I did, why I did it, how I did it, blah, blah, blah. So the pink half is 453 yards, and the orange/yellow half is 513 yards. So I have like 970 yards-ish just in my leftovers. I don't know what happened. It is just lovely, and it is drapey, you know. It's good. It will be used somehow for something. Total grams, 166, and it's a lace to light fingering. It's more so on the lace side than this stuff. Okay, that's that spin, or those spins. It's all one spin, but I applied them a bit differently, you know. Okay, next, I will show you, okay, so after the pink spin, I got to spin and ply some Hello Yarn. I was lucky enough to sign up for her monthly fiber subscription. So I am a member of the Hello Yarn monthly fiber club. It's so exciting to me because I love her stuff, and now that I kind of know better what I'm doing, I can really appreciate, you know, the dyes and the fiber content and how this spins compared to that, and just I'm exploring and appreciating, and I'm getting so excited about fiber. Okay, so Hello Yarn. This is ornamental cabbage plied with Wee Chickadee Bud Break. So those are the colors. The Hello Yarn October Club ornamental cabbage was on Targhee, 100% Targhee. And the Wee Chickadee was Polworth. The color was Bud Break. And so this is 8 ounces of beautiful, beautiful yarn. This is like just the yarn of my dreams, pretty much. Reminds me of seeing pattern releases made with hand spun and being like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Like, I could never buy that in a store. I wish I could make it. This is that for me. I might pop in a picture of it skeined up because I balled it up or caked it up immediately so that I could cast on a jaunty, and that was before I decided that the pink fiber was going to be a jaunty. Okay, I didn't think I had enough of this to make the size jaunty that I wanted. This is like, my notes, note time. Okay, I'll show a picture on my phone, but I'll also try to insert one because I know like looking at my phone through video is probably not amazing. Oh, it's so pretty. And if you follow me on Instagram, I posted all about it over there. If you don't, you can find me at lets.knit.about.it. Let's knit about it with the dots to separate the words. You can find me there and see some of my updates in real time. So anyways, this is approximately 589 yards. Just this one. 12 wraps per inch, which I think is sport. It might be a bit of a heavy sport though, because I think it looks and feels and like knits up like a DK personally. 209 grams, and it's a traditional 2-ply. So I think I just did end to end for the, I think I did end to end for both, and if not both, I just kind of, you know, tore off pieces and just did the thing. And I had a little bit of the Hello yarn left over after plying. And it's this cute little baby ball, and this is approximately 65 yards. Same wraps per inch, 22 grams, 2-ply. So I made an Andean ply bracelet. I do a lazy version of the Andean ply bracelet that I learned from someone here on YouTube. I tried the traditional one and I just like couldn't get it, and then I found someone else's video and it was like, oh, here's an easier way, just do it this way, and so I did it that way. I'll try to link it in the description, but if you YouTube Andean ply bracelet, I'm sure you'll find a way that works best for you. So just go browse. I don't have any singles on me to like demonstrate, but they're out there. And it's so that you can, I need to explain why I'm talking about this. So it's so that you can take take 2 ends of the same single and ply it on itself so that you don't have any waste. That's it. So I had some leftovers and I just plied it on itself and made this baby ball. Okay, that's that. Excuse me, I don't know what it'll be yet, but I got lipstick on my fingers. Okay, I don't know what it'll be yet, but I did get some fiber recently to go with it, and I'll go ahead and show you that instead of making you wait until the end, and then we'll all forget what I was talking about. So at the Fiber Festival yesterday, which again was the Alabama Fiber Festival in Birmingham, Alabama, I got to meet and go to the booth called the Fold Out Cat. Sorry. The Fold Out Cat, and it's ran by, their name is Q. And so I met Q and I bought some fiber, and it was a lovely booth, probably my favorite, and I'll be a repeat customer for sure. So I got what the Fold Out Cat calls, I think it was called a treat ball. But I got these two. So it's 8 ounces total of a merino. And when I asked if all the treat balls were merino, the person checking me out said, yes, they're all merino, quote unquote, nothing special, but next to skin soft. And I was like, I'm sold. So I got these to go maybe with this. Yeah, I think so. So if I were to make a 2-ply about the same, 12 wraps per inch, I could still go the jaunty route. And I've seen people doing a jaunty where they change colors on every wrong side. So you go one way and back, and then change colors to go one way and back. And it makes this really pretty. It doesn't even look super stripy, but it's stripes. And I like those a lot, so I could do a version like that with this. I think it would work out really well. I forgot to take this with me, but my pictures did it justice, and I was able to pick these out based off the pictures that I had. And that's that. So tentative plan, really not sure yet. I'm gonna spin those up and then see how I feel. Okay, I have one more finished object and I might have to leave and go to dinner. I could yap all night, but I need to go see my mom for her birthday. Okay, this is the biggest yarn baby ever. It's so squishy and light and floofy. Oh, I forgot to say, so with the other spin that I just showed you and the pink spin, I did like short forward or like long, not long, short backward kind of techniques. So definitely worsted spun, worsted prep, if you're familiar with those terms. This one I spun long draw. So it's one ply of one braid of Cormo from Little Fiber Co. in the colors Itchy and Wonderful. So they were both Cormo, one braid of Itchy, one braid of Wonderful. Itchy is more of just the solid, like it's a tonal, but tonal solid grayish purple. And then the variegated that you see is Itchy. I hope I got that right. I think I did. I got that right. I had never spun Cormo because, you know, I'm new to spinning. And it was delightful. I really enjoyed it. Long draw is tricky. I definitely need more practice, but I have seen so many people talk about it and say, you know, practice, 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 and you'll get it. And it's makes such a lofty, fluffy yarn. It's just look. Okay. Yeah, and even though I did long draw, it was a worsted prep. So I got Cormo braids, and then, you know, I did a little bit of prep by pulling, you know, floofing up the fiber so it wasn't like a super compacted hard braid. So just a little bit of tugging, a little bit of pulling apart, but I did not run through a carder. I don't have one. I do have a blending board, but I didn't even do that. I just long draw straight from the braid, and the tonal was just end to end because, you know, tonal, it doesn't, there's no variegation that you can cut it up into. But the Itchy, the variegated one, I stripped it apart so much. I had little bitty nests. And if I can figure out how to pop up pictures somewhere, I'll show you a picture of all the little nests that I had. And I just grabbed, you know, when I was ready for the next one, I just blindly grabbed out of the basket and spun it that way. And I don't know what this will be. It is, let me give you some stats. Okay, 231 grams, 550 yards. And the yardage is always going to be an estimate because I don't have like a mechanical or digital yarn counter. I've seen them, I might get one, but I either just like, you know, loosely wrap yarn around the circle and measured that, or I have, you know, measured down the circumference and then doubled it, etc., etc. Divide by 12 for feet, divide by 3 for yards. So 540 yards, 231 grams. And I think that comes out to like a heavy DK, maybe light worsted. It's definitely floofy and soft and squishy and big. So who knows what it could knit up as. But no plans yet, just lovely yarn. I think it would make a cute Sophie scarf. I mean, I'm loving the scarves and the shawl ideas for this hand spun, so we'll see what it becomes and I'll show you when I decide. I might need to go. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna show you one more thing. Actually, yes, okay, I'll show you one more thing. I started, this is a new whip. You've never seen it before because I just started it. I'm the queen of whips. I think I've told you before, but I will not have a million finished objects every... Today was a good finished object video because it's been a while, but I don't really crank out as many as I could if I could just focus on like one or two things. I bop around and cast on and squirrel. So these are alien socks. The pattern is by Stone Knits. She's on Ravelry and Instagram, Stone Knits. And she has so many colorwork sock patterns, and they're all so cute. And it was recently her birthday. Happy birthday. And she gave a little discount code, so I got a couple of patterns. And I'll tell you about this one. I named it Alien, and I call it the Alien pattern, but they're called The Truth Is Out There Socks by Charlotte Stone of Stone Knits. And I'm making them for my husband, Bradley. I'm obsessed. So the yarn is, oh, it would be nice if I knew what this was. Let's see if I can look up Ravelry real quick and tell you. But this is my main color. It's a variegated like silver, gray, almost blue in some spots, and black. I don't have a solid black yarn or I would have used that. Okay, so this is actually some that I got when we vacationed in Florida last year around this time. Actually, I got a little souvenir skein. It's Araucania Yarns Huasco Sock Twilight Paints. And I'll update my Ravelry projects so that you can see this, and you'll see me link the yarn to the project. It's a fingering, it's a super wash, and yeah, that's it. So that's my main color. And my contrast color is this neon that I bought forever ago to do a fade. I've talked about it every episode because it's my neon fade yarn. Getting you details. Please hold. No, it's not in here. I must have connected it to a project in Ravelry that maybe I frogged, but it didn't disconnect. You know how that happens sometimes? But I think it's like Yarns Less Traveled or something, but it came from Firebird Yarns. It's a sock weight, it's a super wash, and it just makes these little guys pop. And I'm really loving it. I am knitting it on 9-inch circulars, which aren't my favorite, but for color work it's actually been really nice because I do continental with my contrast color, and I throw the main color just to keep like consistent tension and keep, you know, the green dominant, because I mainly dominantly knit continental. I don't know, that's just some advice that I've seen and it works for me, and it keeps it straight in my head so that I don't mix them up and start throwing the green when I was throwing the black this whole time. You know, I think as long as you just keep it consistent, everything will be okay. That's what I like to think. Yeah, 9-inch circulars, and they are size 0. They're tiny. I forget why I bought these. I don't normally knit socks on a 0, I don't think. I knit on a 1, but it's working out. It fits over his foot and, you know, up his leg a bit. So I'm gonna stop when I have 4 full alien faces and then read the directions for the heel. I think it's a short row heel, so it'll be a new thing for me to learn. I've never done a short row heel, so almost time for that. And then I'm just gonna do I think I'll do a green heel and a green toe, but the alien faces will stop at the heel. And that's all I'm going to show you for now. Thank you for sticking around. It's been about 40 minutes, so that was a lot of talking about finished objects and whip. One new whip, 2 new whips. I showed you my jaunty shawl and then the aliens. So I will either come back and finish this video later, or I might just go ahead and post this because that was a lot to cover, and then I could just make a separate video to post another time talking about my acquisitions. I have a couple more whips, and maybe by then I'll have another finished object. Maybe I'll finish my aliens. But I really appreciate all of you who join me for these. It's really fun not only to talk about what I've made or what I've bought, but to share this passion for fiber arts with you all is just filling my heart. It really is. So thank you for being here, subscribing, liking, commenting especially, and I hope to see you over on Instagram. If you have Instagram, I post, my husband says, when are we leaving? I post stories all the time with updates. I make posts of like when I finished this, when I finished this. If you're over there, you'll see that right away instead of having to wait months for me to post on YouTube, but I will eventually post it on YouTube. I'm here, I'm back. Okay guys, have a great rest of your day or a great evening, and I will see you soon for a new episode. Bye!